I'm gonna do a get ready with me. And I'm gonna talk about the time that I was 15 years old and I ran away from home. So I was 15 at the ages of from 14 to just about 16. So I was just about 16 years old. Um, I was in juvenile detention. Um, I've been in and out. I was in and out of the criminal justice system from the ages of 12 until 17 years old. So like I had been in and out of like jail or like quite a few times by that point. But I lived in a place called Ypres, which was a group home, and I don't know why I did it. I just thought it would be a great idea to go visit these two twins that I know from my hometown in Lake Cowichan, named Sarah and Megan. I no longer talk to them. Uh, they're not necessarily the nicest people, but whatever. I digress. Um, Anyways, so I'm in this group home. I don't know what came over me. I don't remember exactly why I decided I was gonna leave. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Um, and I had a phone, so I was able to like contact them. I think either through like they're like I guess texting them like back when like text messages cost money to send them. So yeah, I was sending them text messages. I lived in Duncan and they lived in Edmonton, and they were like, you can move over to Edmonton and you can stay with us. We live with our dad. Our dad doesn't, he's never home. He's constantly in like he's a long haul truck driver, so like he's not gonna be there. And I was like, bet, okay, good. I'm on my way. You know what I mean? So I borrowed $10 off of somebody. Oh no, I didn't have any money, but I used to hitchhike everywhere. That's something that I'll also talk about like at another time. I used to hitchhike everywhere, like all over the place. So I hitchhiked from let's go back a little bit. I got the great idea to leave um leave home. I was talking with Sarah and Megan. They're like, "Come out there. It's gonna be fine." I was like, "Okay, I'll come out." I waited until the middle of the night, and I actually so at this place where I lived, they had an alarm on the door at this group home. And so what I had done the day before is I had fashioned off the like the alarm on the door on the window so that I could go through the window in the morning because it was on the front, like the living room window. So I was able to go through the living room window. I remember like sneaking downstairs, not making a single peep because this door, like this was an old house, right? So like picture the the like stairs were right by the staff members because they were allowed to sleep because they did like 24-hour shifts. Like that's how it worked. You did like two 24-hour shifts a week, and that's how you got your full 48 hours. Like you even got paid overtime. So they would sleep in this room. So I had to like sneak down as like slowly as I could. Succeeded. I made my way to the living room. I took off the panel, which I had unfastened earlier in the day, and I snuck through the window. Oh, why am I doing that? I gotta do this first. I snuck through the window, and I ended up leaving. I hitchhiked from Duncan all the way down to Sydney to take the ferry. And I didn't even have money to get onto a ferry. I was just like going to ask if somebody could like sneak me in their car onto the ferry. And then this like really nice dude, like an older gentleman, was just like, jump in my car with me. I'll just pay for you to get on the ferry. So we ended up doing that. Like I was 15. It wasn't like it was like anything. Like he didn't want anything in return for like driving me out there. Okay, like on the ferry. Okay, so we hang out on the ferry. Uh, he gets me to the Highway 1, and so I'm on Highway 1. I'm hitchhiking. Everything seems to be fine. So I end up taking the long route to get there because like I didn't know my way around. I didn't know how the Coquihalla worked. I didn't know how to get there at this point. Like this is my first time ever leaving the province. Like I had never left any time before that in my entire life. I forgot a step again. He ended up dropping me off at the Fraser Valley. So this was like Highway 1. And I met this 80-year-old woman. She picked me up and she had this tiny little dog. And she was crazy, like in like the best possible way. Like she's kind of like who I would like to be if I was like an 80-year-old person, like, you know. And she was joking around. But she was telling me how she went to jail for like, because I was talking about how I like just like left jail, you know what I mean, and was just there for like a year and a half. And she was telling me how about she went for like years because she ended up taking stuff from people without their consent with a pew-pew, if you know what I'm trying to say. And then she was telling me all about like her life story, and she was like, I have a pew-pew actually in the glove compartment of my car. Do you want to see it? I was like, no, I'm good. I believe you. You know what I mean? Thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to get unalived by this 80-year-old woman. And then she's like, I actually have some snow if you want to, you know, sniff it if you're interested. And I was just like, no, it's okay, because I never done it by this like point in my life. And I just remember being like kind of like uneasy being in this woman's car, like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Is she gonna like hurt me or something like that? But she ends up driving me all the way to Boston Bar. And that's where she had to go because that's where she lived. She's probably like, because I was 15 and I'm 30, almost 38 now. So this was like 23 years ago, you know, like a long time. So she's probably dead and gone because she would have to be like 100 and something. But you know, there's no rest for the wicked, right? So she might actually still be alive. But I made it all the way to Kamloops. Or no, I made it to Boston Bar, and then this truck driver picked me up, and he was trying to get me to go with him to like up north to like Prince George. Well aware that I'm 15 years old. Like, and I just got a bad feeling from him. I was like, man, if I go with this guy up there, like, I'm gonna end up not alive anymore. Like, I know, you know when you just like know when something's not gonna work out in your best interest, you just get a feeling. So he ended up dropping me off in Kamloops. And I ended up getting picked up by this guy named Mark Colts, and he broke his back in a like work accident, and so he got like $3,000 a month for the rest of his life from WCB. So he was like, I just drive around doing whatever I want. I'm like, fucking sweet, sounds like fun. But I'm gonna have to do like a part 2 here because I'm starting to get to and I never thought I'd actually do that, part 2.